little studio, but down here on this table I have something new. Try and get my shadow away, bear with me. We got a drift car 1/16 scale. This was sent by Banggood. Thanks for tuning into this video. Let's get this out of the box and we'll take it outside and take it for a spin. Sit tight. So here we go, guys, just a brief overview. You get a simple radio here. This radio looks very familiar to me. It's the same radio that comes with my GP Toys McGruff truck, the green and black and white truck you've probably seen on my channel. Very simple, 2 AA's on the bottom, power it. You got a steering trim here, on off button. You got some reversing and a high and low speed on the throttle. Other than that, no antenna. Just a plastic wheel. It is proportional, everything. It's on the lower end of a stock radio type feel though, but it is plenty adequate for what you need. Interesting here, we have some LED light strips, so we'll have to look into that, and it has some tie wraps. We have a USB charger and some extra body pins. That's interesting to note because you wouldn't think a touring car, drift car would need more body pins, more of an off-road car. I've already looked at the manual. It is 9 pages long. It's in full color, and it's a little bit better than the average manual that you get, and that's encouraging. And we'll have a look here at the RC itself. I've already removed the body clips, so it will go fairly quick to take this off. I like the look of the body. I like the orange and blue and white color scheme. I think it looks quite nice. It's got black rims, hard plastic tires, hard rubber tires on here. It's got a spoiler on it, of course. So there's a protective film still on this that would have to be peeled off. If you so choose, I would do that. And you get a look here at the car itself. Now, these wheels seem like a hard rubber done to it. It does have foam on the body posts. It's got foam bumper in the front, and typical setup here is the motor in the front. That's kind of cool. That's a way a drift car should be. If you look back on my channel way back, I had a Team Associated 6.1 T6.1, the touring car, and the motor's mounted in the back, and I did buy drift wheels for it. It had a carbon fiber chassis on it, and I took it outside and I drifted on the street, and it was a lot of fun. But that was not a car built for drifting, especially with the motor mounted in the back. This one is proper setup for drifting. The motor in the front and a center diff, of course, all-in-one receiver here, and a ESC receiver. As we see here, it has the ports for the LED lights you can plug in. It's got the JST plugs, and you get yourself a battery. And let's just quick pop it out, see what we got here. So let's see, is there any specs on it? Oh yes, here it is in black. So 650 milliamp hour, 7.4 volt LiPo, I'm assuming. And it's got a balanced charge lead there, and that's how it will charge off the USB charger. Everything looks pretty legit. There's a Servo Saver. It is a 5-wire servo, so that does not make it easy to replace with a standard hobby part. So that's just for noting. Friction shocks. Not many mounting options, which is fine. I don't think you would tinker with this too much, being for what it is and for what it costs. Pretty good. There is holes for droop screws, but I do not see any droop screws in it. And if you don't know what droop screws are, there's screws in the A-arm, and you can hire or make them or raise and lower them, and they will adjust the ride height and how much the A-arms flex. So that's more standard for a touring car, and most cars set up like this. I'm sure it's in there. If you had screws and you wanted to play around with that, you could just add them yourself. They're the grub screw type. So looking good. And of course this is a brush motor setup. That's a tiny, I would guess 180 size motor in there. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Overall though, it's looking pretty good. The final test will be take it outside. So we'll end this part here and we'll take it outside for a boot, charge this battery, and we'll take it out for a boot. Alright, stay tuned for that. Hey guys, Mike here, outside on the second half of this video. It's the running portion of it. Super hot day outside. I got my little helper here. We're excited about this one. The battery's all charged. It's already bound to the radio. I think it's a great looking car. It's got a quite nice color scheme on it and everything. Fits all well. So we swept the driveway off of all the dry leaves falling from the tree. It's so hot and dry here. The leaves are falling already in the middle of the summer. But I think this is good. Now I'm going to tell you about the radio. There's a slow and normal button here, and we'll put it on slow. And this car is going to go. And you'll say, that ain't much of a drift car. And you would be right. Because it is not going fast enough to do any drifting. But here you do have a car that goes slow enough that you could teach someone how to drive an RC. Now you say to yourself, Mike, let's turn up the fun dial. Alright, we'll move the switch over here. And now we are in high-speed mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? It's going to be fun?
Yep.
Yep.
This is the turning one.
This is where we're going to turbo mode, right?
Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, yeah, man. This is called the Street Slider. I'll have a link in the notes, as you already probably heard in the unboxing. Now, my driveway isn't the world's best place to do drifting, but it's working pretty good. As you can see, there's lots of drift action going on. Now mind you, a 16 scale isn't going to drift as good as a 10 scale, but this is drifting pretty good. It's actually a lot of fun, and I just get a big smile across my face when booting her down and then doing some power slide corners. And I know my son is itching to try it. This is the first run for it. I see the balance lead on the battery is hanging out the side, so I am just gonna take care of that and put that in there so it doesn't pop out again. Pretty neat stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this out on the road, which I think is a little even smoother surface. Yeah, it is a smoother surface. You can see it's drifting really nice now. Whoa. And imagine if you had a concrete floor, concrete driveway, ceramic floor area, wood floor. This would be just drifting like crazy. Asphalt is okay. Whoa, big leaf is a good drifting surface, but not the greatest. So pretty cool stuff. I'm actually quite surprised how that little motor has enough power for this thing. I'm sure it's going to get pretty hot after running this battery, and especially being on a hot road. But all in all, it's looking good. I'm quite impressed with the power and speed it has in normal mode. Yeah, it's pretty quick. We could just do a speed run without drifting. That's it right there. It's probably about pushing close to 30 kilometers, guys. I don't know. You let me know what you think. But we'll hammer on some corners and do some drifting. Looking good. Again, thanks for Banggood for sending this along. Link in the notes, guys, if you're interested. You might be missing that drifting car in your collection and want to give it a try, and I think this one would be a good place to start as any, and on an affordable cost. So I'm going to turn the radio over to my son, let him drive it up here on the driveway. So guys, thanks for tuning in again. He's been a patient guy. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks as always. Tune in to Mike's RC Corner. Subscribe, like. See me on Instagram, Facebook. We're all around. Let's give it a thumbs up. All right, everyone. Take care. Peace out.
Bye!
Catch you on the next one.